Hello and welcome to Operation Crypto and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at some Ethereum price predictions and have a look at some factors that can push it beyond the previous all-time highs. First up, please make sure you do hit that like button while you are subscribed to my channel, and let's crack on. I think what we should start with is just going back in time and have a look at what happened in the last major bull run. So if you look at Ethereum, the US dollar, this is a Coinbase chart. I have got on the weekly time frame. It allows me to zoom out and see what's been going on. We did hit all the way up to $1,422. If you look back into those times in 2017, even 2016, it was that big ICO boom, and pretty much every project which was new was offering initial coin offerings, and it was pretty much like a crowdfunding to get their projects up and running. All these projects pretty much built their blockchain on Ethereum. A lot of them started as ERC20s, and that's what a lot of projects that are around now started off as. For example, TRX, Zilliqa, some of these big projects that we know now which have their own blockchain initially started off on Ethereum. And if you go back to, I don't know, beginning of 2017, around May, even March 17, look at that. Ever since that lows in that March, we absolutely flew, and that was pretty much which ignited the bull run. If we go from March up to all-time highs, look at that, we did a 13,000% run from all-time highs. I mean, what price was we down here? It was down at $15, $16, $17, and that was a major run. And in my opinion, I do think that we will see something a lot more significant than this. We have a lot of things coming up soon with Ethereum. So we have Ethereum 2.0, which we'll touch on in a minute. But this is what's currently happening at current times. I put this rocket on because I do believe that over the course of the next few months, I do think that we will start to target some new all-time highs. We have a lot going on in 2021. We will cover that in a second. But first, I'm not going to go into predictions till the end of the video, but I do believe that this is an opportunity for buying. We have dropped significantly. If we just mark this area up, where's my rectangle? We have dropped into this area, and this could be a good potential area to buy. If you look at those wicks down here, we traded in this area a fair bit, so this could be potentially at the bottom. We have done quite a significant drop, which is, it's not unheard of. I mean, we've done a 31% drop there. Bitcoin's also done a 25% drop, and if you just look on the right hand side, everything is red. Bitcoin dropped from 42k all the way down to, what did we drop on Bitcoin? Down to 30 grand. So, I mean, that's a major drop, and whenever that drops, it unfortunately brings everything else down with it. So, we just need to be wary that things can go down, but also things can go up. If we just look, if we just delete this, actually, if we just place the gauge again here, from that wick to that wick, as you can see, we had a 47% drop on the way up there. So currently we have had a 30% drop. So you just need to be wary of that. On the way up, we will get pullbacks, and that's what we've had here. I do believe that that could be the bottom. I mean, we could do a 47% drop, but personally, I can't see it now. I think there's too much eyes on the market, and everything that's dropping is getting bought up. We have dropped down to around $930. We've popped back up now. We're closing back in on $1,000. So I do think that once we regain some momentum, we're going to start pushing higher, and I do honestly believe we're going to start pushing up. But we'll revisit this chart toward the end. What I want to talk about now is some factors which I believe can propel Ethereum to new all-time highs. The first factor to consider is the rise of DeFi, which is decentralized finance. Most projects that are DeFi are built on ERC20s or built into the Ethereum blockchain in some way. Currently, we have $19.72 billion locked up into DeFi. I remember looking at this towards the beginning of 2020, and we were closing on $1 billion, and getting towards that $1 billion was a massive accomplishment for DeFi. So now we're up to 20 billion, and this, in my opinion, is only going to grow. All these projects down here are built on Ethereum, and some massive projects here. Look at Maker, is worth 3.6 billion locked into DeFi. Uniswap was absolutely massive last year. It was a rise of the DEXs. A lot of people managed to get lucky and claim some free uni tokens there. I managed to pull a fair bit out, which was good to see. There's a lot of projects in it. You will heard of a lot about these. Synthetix, Compound, SushiSwap, Balancer. That has been pretty much a rise of DeFi farming. There's been so much going on with DeFi. Yearn Finance, we know that's a massive one, YFI. All these projects that are locked into DeFi, in my opinion, is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger as the year and times go on. DeFi pretty much was born, I mean, a fair few years ago, but it only come big last year. And the fact that we're all built on Ethereum is just one major factor, in my opinion, that can add to the amount of things that have got going on at Ethereum. EIP 1559. It does say here is a final puzzle piece to Ethereum's monetary policy. You may not have heard about this, but it is very interesting. I'm just going to give an example first. So what it basically does is turn it into a deflationary asset. If you have ever looked into XRP's system, every time a transfer fee is added onto the cost of a transfer, that amount is burnt, therefore decreasing the supply over time. That is what they plan to do at Ethereum, so eventually it will become a deflationary asset. Knocking the tokens down will obviously mean more scarcity, which will also push towards price drive. So that is what we're looking towards. Let's have a read through some of this. So it does two main things. It establishes a market rate for block inclusion, and it burns the majority of F in a transaction fee. We all love burning tokens, reducing supply, and inevitably, as long as a token is working fine, will push the fees up. It does say the change to Ethereum gas management has significant implications to the monetary system of Ethereum, which is explained in the article below. I'm not going to read over everything, but I'm just going to touch on those 2 points there. It provides a deflationary mechanism to Ether's supply, which adds to the scarcity of Ether and long-term security of Ethereum. Benefits all Ether holders equally, rather than exclusively benefiting validators. So keep that in mind, that EIP 1559 is in plans. It will make the asset deflationary, so getting smaller over periods of time. And that will hopefully add to that drive along with DeFi. What you could also put in with DeFi is NFTs. I've not touched on them yet, but I will touch about them now. I do have a link here which is quite interesting as well. 8.2 million worth of NFT based artwork sold in the last month of 2020 as Ethereum price rallies. If you have not heard of NFTs before, they are non-fungible tokens, or what you could call ERC1155 tokens. It's basically a digital piece of art, and it allows you to collect them. A lot of gamers are big into these. For example, NFTs can be used for a wide variety of things. I'm quite big into a project called Evido, and they deal with tickets. And what you can use NFTs as a ticket to get into an event. All you do is scan it and it allows you in, and then you keep that as an asset in your Ethereum wallet. The rise of NFTs towards the back end of last year was massive, and it does say 8.2 million's worth. That number is only just going to keep growing and growing. I remember years and years ago when I was Nipper, used to save Pokemon cards. That is the exact same as what happens in crypto now. People save things, people collect things, and it's just backed by an amount of money and a digital fingerprint. So we have got DeFi, we've got NFTs, then we have Ethereum 2.0, which I kind of touched on, and then we have EIP 1559. There's some massive things that are going to lead to the drive of the price rally. One more thing I want to touch on before I go into my own price predictions is CME futures. On the 8th of February 2021, CME futures trading will launch contracts for Ethereum. They've done it on BTC now for coming up to around 2 years. This is good for Ethereum. It allows the bigger players in the scene, the institutional investors, to jump on board Ethereum and start trading it with its derivatives group. So it does say Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency by both market cap and daily volume. The introduction of listed Ether futures to our time-tested, regulated CME Group derivatives marketplace will help to create a forward curve so Ethereum market participants can better manage price risk. It will be good for the price, it will be good, the volume will increase massively. It does give that opportunity for the bigger players to start using this this contract, and it will push it further up, in my opinion. So that is all the factors that I believe that will start to push it up. The main point of scarcity, I mean, it's not a massively, it doesn't have a huge supply, and that will be deflationary at some stage once Ethereum 2.0 is fully implemented. So that is a main thing really. We also have the DeFi NFTs, and then we also have the fact that Ethereum mining will also finish in this year. It will go full POS. So that is another thing to add. There's a lot going on this year. If you are interested in Ethereum, and I do suggest that you have a good research and have a look around and see what you can see and what you can find out about the project. So let's jump into some price predictions from me, where I believe that the price could potentially go on the next major run. Pretty much since the start of this video, which was about half an hour ago, the price has dropped a bit more. We did drop down to $906 there. So we have so far done a 33% retracement from the current yearly highs. What we need to do potentially is have a look at what went on in the past, because I only believe we're still down in this area. When we was down at this area, so let's just have a little bit of a zoom in and have a look at what price we did from the beginning of this move up to the top. Look at that, we did a 12,000% price raise over the course of that year. I do think that we are in store for something not quite as severe as that, but a lot more gradual and a bigger, long, more sustained push. If we just put Fibonacci on from that weekly candle there, and so for example, we'll go down back to March, when we pretty much started this bull run really. You could say we are in a bull cycle since last March. You need to really look at some of these Fibonacci extensions, and they're not there plotted for no reason at all. They are there to aim for and target. I honestly think that we can go to the higher estimate here, but I think crypto does like round numbers, so I'm putting a target on here. Over the next 18 months, I do think that we can hit $5,000. There are a lot of targets out there, which are a lot higher than mine. I've seen a lot of $20,000, seen $8,000. I've seen quite a few reasonable estimates around $3,000 and $4,000. I do think that we are on the beginning of something major. With all what I've told you about, all these factors going forward, I do think that it's going to be a good future for Ethereum. So we just need to monitor the price, buy on these dips when you can, because if you zoom out, there's not much data really. We've not been trading for a long time. We've only got 5-6 years of data. If you look into Forex scene, and stocks have got decades of data, so we are still young. It is an up and coming industry, and I do think that $5,000 will be achieved in the next 18 months. But let's just keep that in mind, and let's hopefully try and target $2,000 first. I do think that we will break all-time highs within the next couple of months. We are on the verge of an alt season, I think. Well, I did say that yesterday until we dropped on this massive candle, but that's how it rolls sometimes. I do think this is a bit of a shakeout at a minute, so I do think that we can start to target that over the next 18 months and target all-time highs within the next couple of months. So that is my analysis for today's video. If you do have any questions, then jump into my Telegram group, which is the Crypto Troops. You'll find the link in a pinned comment and the description. Please make sure you do hit that like button, that you are subscribed to my channel, and I'll catch you next time.